I gave you a writing assignment, and you can do it anytime this week. I just wanted to show it to you. Um, but it's about butterflies you're writing this week. And if we were at school right now, we would have caterpillars and we would watch them grow into butterflies. So I'm going to read this book to you, and hopefully you'll get to do this maybe next year in first grade. It's called Caterpillar to Butterfly. What is a butterfly? A butterfly is a type of insect. Insects have 3 pairs of legs, making 6 legs altogether. The wings of a butterfly are covered in many tiny scales. The scales are usually patterned and colored. Insect bodies are divided into 3 parts. The head is the front part and has the eyes and mouth. The thorax is the middle part, that would be this part, where the legs and wings are attached. The abdomen, that's this part right here, is the back part where the insect digests its food. So all the food that it eats, it gets digested. It's kind of like your tummy. And this is just all the different parts. The wings, the abdomen is pointing right here. The thorax is this part. There's legs. The eyes are right here. And the head is right here. Now this thing sticking out right there, that's the tongue. And that's very important. It's kind of like a big straw. And they put it into the flower and get nectar, and they sip it up through their straw tongue. The story of a butterfly. Butterflies flutter around the plants. Female butterflies look for a place to lay their eggs. The eggs will hatch into caterpillars. Later, the caterpillars will change into butterflies. A butterfly has 4 stages in its life cycle. The first stage is the egg, and then the caterpillar. So once it comes out of the egg, it's a caterpillar. And then it eats and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. And then it hangs, usually from a branch or something, it hangs upside down. And it's called a pupa, this stage, where it's inside of a chrysalis. And then the 4th stage of its life is it's a butterfly. So it says, the story of how an egg grows into an adult butterfly is called a life cycle, because it keeps happening again and again. Then this butterfly lays an egg and it starts all over again. A new life begins. In spring, a female butterfly searches for somewhere safe to lay her eggs. She lays them under the leaves where they are hidden from view. Monarch butterflies lay their eggs on milkweed plants. The eggs stick to the leaves. So she lays her eggs usually underneath, so they're kind of hidden. Different types of butterflies lay their eggs on different plants. Peacock butterflies choose nettles. These plants have string hairs. The strings stop animals from eating the nettles and the eggs. So they're kind of pokey. Nettles are a safe place for a peacock butterfly to lay their eggs. The eggs hatch. A few days later, the eggs hatch, and a tiny yellow caterpillar comes out of each one. So this is what they look like when they're coming out of the egg. And then that's what they look like a little bit later. Caterpillars spend most of their time eating, so they grow quickly. Monarch caterpillars become striped as they grow older. See that? As a caterpillar grows, its skin becomes too tight and splits. The caterpillar sheds its skin, revealing a new one underneath. This is called molting. A caterpillar is also known as larva. When a caterpillar molts, it wiggles out of its old skin. So this is, it's shedding its skin, and then the skin is almost off, and this is the old skin, and underneath it is just new skin because it's becoming so big so quickly. It's got to shed its skin. Staying alive. Caterpillars are soft and juicy, so lots of other animals want to eat them. Many caterpillars have special ways of staying alive. Monarch caterpillars are bad to eat. Their stripes warn animals that they are poisonous. So if another animal ate them, they could either get sick, sometimes even die. The monarch caterpillar poison comes from the milkweed plants it eats. Many caterpillars are green, so they blend in with their surroundings. This is called camouflage. Some caterpillars have sharp spines on their bodies. A green caterpillar on a leaf can be hard to see. So this is their way of protecting themselves because they blend in, or they might have pokies on them. And what kind of a bird would want to go and eat something that's pokey, right? Making a pupa, that would be the chrysalis. Caterpillars grow fast. After about 14 days, that would be 2 weeks, a caterpillar is ready to change into a pupa. This is the next stage of its life cycle. A caterpillar makes a silk thread and uses it to hang from a leaf. So it has this little piece of silk, and it uses it to attach itself to the leaf. And then it hangs upside down like a J when it's getting ready. And then it molts for one last time, so it gets rid of that last thing of skin, and it starts forming, you can see this chrysalis, and this is the old skin. Then it spins a pupa around itself. It's kind of like how a spider makes a web, but it's making a chrysalis. A pupa is usually green or gray, so it's difficult to see on a plant. This is another example of camouflage. That way other animals won't eat it. The pupa is tough on the outside to protect the inside. Inside the pupa, the caterpillar gradually changes. So we can't see it changing because it's inside the pupa, but it is. It's growing wings. A butterfly appears. After about 2 weeks, the pupa of the monarch butterfly becomes darker in color. So here's what it looks like, and then it gets darker and darker, and pretty soon it starts to come out. And it actually, when it first comes out, its wings are wet. And then it starts flapping its wings, but it's standing there and just like drying its wings out. And then eventually it can fly away, probably within, 20 minutes. So that's what it looks like when it comes out. Butterfly life. Butterflies flutter around searching for food in grassy and woodland areas or places where there are flowers. All butterflies feed on sweet, sugary nectar that they find inside flowers. The nectar is like the sweet juice inside of there. So I want to zoom in on this a little bit because this is not a leg. That's a tongue. That's its tongue. It's really long. And it sticks it inside of that flower, and it sips up nectar through there just like a straw. And then when it's ready, later it goes ahead and lays its eggs again, and the whole life cycle starts again.